intercepted. Newton keeps, nowhere to go, ball's out. Looks like Tampa Bay has it.
I have to be better. No matter what physical condition I'm in, no matter what foot, shoulder, I ain't get the job done.
He can't be that Superman dude. He may believe that he can. He's at 8 straight losses as a starter, and now they're 0-2 to start the season.
Cam Newton re-aggravated a sprained left foot, did not practice all week. Panthers quarterback will miss Sunday's game against the Cardinals.
Panthers have ruled out quarterback Cam Newton for their Week 4 game against the Texans. He will once again be replaced by Kyle Allen, who looked terrific.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to First Take, coming to you live from the Seaport District at Pier 17, brought to you by Chase. More information has come out about Cam Newton's foot injury. It is not good. He's dealing with a Lisfranc injury and could be out for, quote, a while. This news on the heels of his backup, Kyle Allen, leading the Panthers to their first win of the season. Former NFL quarterback and brother of Derek Carr, David Carr, said on NFL Network that he believes the Panthers are better off with Allen the rest of the way. Ryan Clark here with us now. Good to see you.
Good to be here.
Stephen A., does Carr have a point about the Panthers quarterback situation?
I think he does, only from the standpoint that we have to monitor Cam Newton's progress. I'm not trying to say if Cam Newton's 100%, you don't go with him. But the reality is that at less than 100%, he's completed 56% of his passes. Last year, he was absolutely spectacular in terms of his standards, 67.9 completion percentage. But I keep bringing this up year after year after year. His rookie year, 60%. Then it was 57, 61, 58, 59, 52, 59% completion percentage. I consider Cam Newton a great, great athlete. I consider him a stud and a winner. I do not consider him a great thrower of the football. I never have. And so if the team is struggling because your defense isn't as elite as it once was, Ryan, or you don't have the requisite weapons because Funches is gone and Christian McCaffrey ain't enough, and Cam Newton in the same breath is still struggling, I do think you have to look at somebody else, or at least give that impression to force him those competitive juices to stir up and for him to find a way to remind us who the hell Cam Newton is. Because the reality is that it's been a while since we've seen that.
Look, I'll remind everyone again about Cam. He won the MVP.
2015.
He took a team to the Super Bowl.
2015.
He was voted by his peers the best player in the game.
2015.
And last year, with Norv Turner there, until he got hurt, he was having the best season of his career. That means he was better than when he won the Super Bowl in terms of throwing the football, which you harp on. So I'll say, I don't know, Lisfranc, they're saying it's an injury, not a fracture. I didn't know that was possible exactly. I guess what they mean is it's the kind that you don't necessarily need surgery for. While he's hurt, if he's hobbled, if he can't plant his foot, run, throw, whatever, sure, you don't start him. But if Cam is healthy, meaning truly healthy, I just want everyone to remember what he looked like when last seen with Norv Turner as his offensive coordinator, healthy. He looked excellent.
Before Ryan goes, you've said that many times. I have Cam's game-by-game stats in
Let's
front
do
of me before he got hurt against Pittsburgh Steelers when they lost 52-21 and T.J. Watt hurt him that day. He threw for 335 yards against Atlanta in a Week 2 loss last year. Other than that, he didn't have one single 300-yard passing game. I just want to say that. Go ahead.
You got 18 up, huh?
Yeah, I got 28.
So the big thing about Cam, I agree with Max. If you watch him play through the beginning of the season last year, he was really good. He was as good as we had seen him as a passer. But then you go to his last 7 games of last year, and the first 2 of this game, Cam was clearly hobbled. There were throws that he should have been able to make against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that he just wasn't able to make. And this team wins that game with a healthy Cam Newton. To me, the thing I'm more nervous about is watching him run the football in that game, having opportunities to create first downs, having opportunities for conversions that he just couldn't make. Kyle Allen has started 2 games. He finished last season against the New Orleans Saints in the win, where the Saints were resting Drew Brees and other starters, and then he goes to Arizona and has a good game. Arizona's defense isn't good. Vance Joseph is trying to change things there, but you're missing 2 starting corners in Pat Peterson, and you're also missing Robert Alford, who they got in the offseason. Right. So let's watch Kyle Allen go forward. He does get to play against the Texans, and he has the Jaguars, there's the 49ers a few games down the line. So until Cam Newton is healthy, this is a guy that can hold you over. He had some things happen in college to where he couldn't quite live up to the potential he had out of high school, but he was a big-time recruit. But let's not confuse this. Going the rest of the way without Cam Newton, especially if he's healthy, that's not the way this works. When you've done what Cam Newton has done in this league, when you've shown the ability to be the MVP, to be the Rookie of the Year, to be an All-Pro, a Pro Bowl quarterback, lead a team to the Super Bowl, you get the chance to come back healthy and play for that team. And so they're good until he's healthy, but if you get Cam Newton close to 100%, Kyle Allen is not the guy that takes
I know
his
Kyle Allen is no Cam Newton, a healthy Cam Newton. I get that. But what I'm saying to you is forget all of that for a second. I will challenge you on something. Look at what we just finished talking about over the last 2 segments. Look at the rise of the black quarterback. Look at this era. Look at Deshaun Watson. Look at Patrick Mahomes. I mean, look at Lamar Jackson. Look at Dak Prescott. Look at these guys. You know what you see from Cam Newton. Mm-hmm. You know football. Come on, Ryan. I'm talking about over the last several years, there has been a drop off. We're talking, and Max keeps bringing up 2015. That was 4 years ago.
Oh,
my hairline was here, bro. My hairline was here 4 years ago. I'm just saying, it wasn't light up here either, Max.
Well, clearly you got a different, you definitely got a different TV than we had 4 years ago.
There we go.
But it wasn't the TV I was looking at. So here's what I'll say, and this kind of goes off the subject to the black quarterback conversation. I think 5 of the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL right now are African-American quarterbacks.
I agree, including the number 1 guy.
And so here's the largest problem with that. We don't get to be mediocre, right? There aren't a lot of backup African-American quarterbacks. There aren't a lot of quarterbacks in this league that we don't consider to be an elite talent that get to play that position if you're a black quarterback.
I think that's changing a little
bit. And so what's happening now with Cam is we've seen decline in very good quarterbacks, right, that they don't get viewed in the way that Cam is. It's because when you're an African-American quarterback, you're seen more as your talent than what you can do when it declines. When you have a guy like Eli, or you have even Aaron Rodgers, who isn't playing at a certain level, when they start
to fits that bill.
But when they start to decline, we start to make other excuses as to why they're important to their team.
If Deshaun Watson eventually, when he starts to decline, I think plenty of people be like, no, you want him around the team. But I don't know that Cam has that reputation. That someone like Deshaun Watson might have by the time he's at that stage in his career.
That is particular to Cam. I was just speaking more to the whole conversation.
I wanted to say one other thing about Cam.
But I would only say this real quick. I would only want to say this real quick before I go to you, Max. We measure Cam against Cam.
100%.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
there's nothing wrong with me sitting there saying, I'm not saying you some scrub. I'm not saying you can't win. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying I know what I saw from Cam Newton in 2015. That ain't what I'm seeing.
The idea that Cam or his backup, Cam Newton is intrinsically an excellent football player. Whether or not his signature is the thing that is what the position is known for, which is very important to you and others, he is intrinsically, like, I think of Kurt Warner a lot. Like this idea, well, what if Cam loses his job? Is his career over? Kurt Warner lost his job to injury. That's how he got it. Mark Bulger went 8-0. He got the job. Kurt Warner went up on the Giants as a tackling dummy to save Eli Manning, right, when he was a rookie. But Kurt Warner was a great player. See, he wound up taking the Cardinals to a Super Bowl. Yeah. What I'm telling you right now about Cam Newton is Cam Newton, whether or not you think he's a Kurt Warner, is an excellent football player who, even if he were to lose his job, I don't know that it would be better or worse for his career. Right. He would wind up starting for another team and having a lot of success.
You Carolina.
We got to wrap it up. Time to pay some bills. The Wounded Eagles have been grounded to start this season, but does Carson Wentz deserve more blame for Philly's problems? That debate later. Ryan Clark will be here for that. And he may be the most hyped